The Santa Ana wind so prevalent this time of year. They rolled through and they left us with bright, clear skies here in Los Angeles, California. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. To the 22-yard line. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, the Rams at 3-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run it here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 19 and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the counter, this is Akers. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Geno now to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Third and 2, Stafford. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First run now for Kyren Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he'll only get this back to the 10-yard line. Not too sure what he was doing there. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And now Smith going to change the play. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Smith. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From the 50, it's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 21. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now Geno on 1st down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Ethan Evans on now to punt. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Smith on first down. And Walker has it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Swinging this out for Pollard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Throwing again is Smith. This is the tight end fan. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Geno. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, Pollard. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Smith going to move him around. A quick throw out to Lockett. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Smith. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now they'll audible to something else. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Flush to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the 50, Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now Stafford. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Their own 43-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. A final shot before the break, Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Smith here, an audible at the line. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Smith now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Now Geno on 1st down. Drops this underneath for Pollard. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Stafford. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st down at Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 68 yards. And the Rams are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter, and this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And now Smith going to change the play. Throwing now is Geno. Pollard the target on the crossing route, and he's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It was Jamal Adams up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. That's down the field for Jefferson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Smith. Looking downfield for Pollard. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Play action. It's Smith. Out to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Running right, it's Pollard. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Smith going to throw it. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Rams are going to take over here up near the 40.
Smith's pass intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big time.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Throwing now, Smith. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Off of play action, here's Smith. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Myers for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
40, Rams 7. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.